old guy in Colorado. Doodah. Hey everybody, Old Guy is here, and as always I have to give homages to Mrs. Old Guy. Before I get started, I'm going to say hello and thank you to all my new subscribers. I'm glad to have you aboard. And today I am kind of excited because I have got my pastrami in the smoker, and I love my pastrami, and I cannot have pastrami without my rye bread. So I thought I'd share this with you. This is my recipe, and you are welcome to it at any time. Hit me up at oldguyincolorado@gmail.com, and I'll be glad to send you any recipe I got. Okay, with that said, I'm going to get started. Mrs. Old Guy, come on down here, and I'm just going to make this like right as I go. Just like I'm not going to have anything set up and whatnot. I'm just going to go for it. So I have got half a cup of milk, and to that I'm going to add 3/4 of a cup of freshly brewed coffee. Okay, this I'm making a dark rye, by the way. Check that for temperature. That's just right. It's cooled down enough to where I can safely put it in with the yeast. So I've also got a tablespoon of butter, and I'm going to plop that in there, and it's already pretty much room temperature. And let's see here, what am I doing? I'm getting myself a little bit confused. There, okay. I've got my dry yeast, a single package of yeast, if that's what you use as the packets, 1 packet. Otherwise, 2¼ teaspoons of yeast, 2¼ Okay. I'll go ahead and add some coffee and milk, butter in there. Start to let it do its thing. I'm going to add some more of the liquids that I've got. I'm going to add some molasses, and I need 3 tablespoons of this. Oh yeah, let's pour it. That ought to take all day. So, if you've ever worked with molasses, you know where the term slow as molasses comes from. Okay. Sticky, syrupy stuff. This is going to make such a delicious bread. I'm just kind of doing it, I don't know, regular time, I guess, so that you all know if you ever want to make some, you know, how long is it going to take? Well, this is going to give you kind of an idea. Alright, so there's our 3rd tablespoon. Molasses. Okay, I gotta rinse my hand off here real quick. I'll be there. Just keep her rolling, Mrs. Old Guy. Get this off my hands. I'll rinse off that spoon a little bit. Alright. Get my hand off here. Okay, so now I'm going to add a tablespoon of honey. If I can get it off. Slowly. You know how it is, you get a little honey on it. It just gums everything up. Okay, and this is some wild mountain honey from our area. It's getting a little bit granulated, but it's still real good. So, tablespoon of honey. Yummy. Alright. Now, I'm going to put in the caraway seed. For that, I'm going to use my spice grinder. I've got three quarters of a teaspoon, but I really like the flavor of caraway, so I'm going to get a whole teaspoon. Let's see. Let me make sure that's the correct amount. It's not, see, I thought that looked a little low. I'm going to add 2 1/4 teaspoons of this caraway. I don't want to make it all, bring it all to powder, but I do want to grind it up a little bit. Let's see what we got. Want to come in? As you can see, they're just broke up a little bit. They're not really powdered out. In they go. Alright. Now get some flour going. Gotta be smarter than the packaging, I guess. It just doesn't want to. Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, come on. Come on. There we go. So I'm going to put in 1 1/4 cup rye flour. You may have to go to your local Whole Foods or health food store or something to find you some rye flour. A lot of the regular grocery stores don't carry it. So there is a cup. Cup and 1/4. We got 2 cups of regular white flour, all purpose. Alright. Next they're going to add a little salt. Let's see here. And the magic book tells me to put in 1 1/2 teaspoons. I've got kosher that I'm using. Regular iodized salt will work. Cup or a cup. Teaspoon. Put 1 teaspoon and 1/2. Yes. Yeah, boy, I put a cup of salt in here and it's not going to be very good. Come on now. Almost to the bottom. Here we go. Okay, there's the salt. Now, cocoa powder. Don't worry, this isn't going to make it taste like chocolate. Tablespoon. And what was that? 1/2. So, estimate that. Tablespoon and 1/2 of cocoa. And what am I missing? We've got everything in there except for the brown sugar. For that, I just need a tablespoon. it, except for one thing that I forgot to get. It's in the refrigerator. So I'm going to have Mrs. Old Guy go ahead and pause the video, and I'll be right back. Okay, the one thing I forgot to have out was pickles, because I also like to add about 3 tablespoons of dill pickle juice. Alright, now we start mixing. I'll be back when I'm ready to put it in the pan. Okay, there's our dark bread dough. It's got to rise. I'm going to let this rise in the bowl for about an hour. Then I'll put it in the pan. And once I get it into the bread pan, it can take anywhere from 2 to 5 hours for it to properly raise, because it's a thicker, heavier, denser bread. It takes a little longer for it to rise. So anyway, I'll be back when it's time to take it out of the bowl. Right. There it is. It's been raising for about, I don't know, maybe 45 minutes or so. I'm not going to do a lot here. Got just a really lightly floured surface here, and I'm just going to kind of give this a little bit of shape. Okay, pan, got a well-oiled pan. Alright, so I'm going to let this sit until it's domed over and looks like a beautiful loaf of bread. I'll be back when that happens. Alright, so that has risen very nicely. It's been about, I think about 2.5, maybe 3 hours. Into the 350 oven. Really careful, I don't want to deflate it. Alright, this is going to bake for about 35 to 45 minutes, and then we'll move on to the next step. Alright, bread is done. It's been about 35 minutes. Oh yeah, look at that. That is beautiful looking. Oh, it smells really good. I got a little wire rack here. Just gonna pop this out so it has time to cool. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, kind of let that cool down, and we're going to start to get ready to make sandwiches pretty soon, but I guess I got to get meat off the smoker.